The Pocketlint Gadget Awards will be taking place in November, celebrating the nominations across 18 categories from smartphones and tablets to games and fitness trackers. All of the devices and products nominated have been reviewed by us in full over the last 12 months, and there are some excellent contenders. As usual, we will be diving a little deeper into each category, giving you a rundown of the nominations and why they have been shortlisted. Here we are looking at the best in games, with the other categories following in separate features over the next couple of weeks. Pocketlint vote for Battlefield 1. Read the full review. Battlefield 1's multiplayer is super slick and polished, while its single-player campaign is by far the best of any Battlefield game. It offers the levels of intensity and realism that really do evoke the harrowing reality of World War I, and Battlefield 1 adds up to a military first-person shooter that simply sets new standards. Bungie Activision vote for Destiny 2. Read the full review. There is plenty new about Destiny 2, with its open-world settings being bigger than ever before and plenty to do even after the story has been long completed. Bungie has also ensured it feels familiar in gameplay to the first though, feeling like Destiny without putting up barriers to newcomers. It is one of the games we've played most this year already, not just for our review, but because it's just so much fun. In short, Bungie has created a Destiny game for everyone. It could even be the studio's best game since Halo 3. Bethesda vote for Dishonored 2. Read the full review. If what you seek from a game is a palpable air of intelligence, bags of character, a gloriously baroque storyline populated by deliciously venal characters, and the chance to play in whatever style you see fit, you'll love Dishonored 2. Dishonored the 2nd of May only be a refinement of its 2012 predecessor, but it's a damn fine refinement that achieves near perfection. Indeed, it was one of the finest games money could buy in 2016. Sony Computer Entertainment vote for Horizon Zero Dawn. Read the full review. Horizon Zero Dawn is a visual masterpiece when running on a PS4 Pro, as well as one of the best-looking games for the standard PS4 console. Its depth and playtime of more than 40 hours also puts it up there with some of the greats, while the combat system never gets tired. As it's an all-new IP and idea, every area we explored or creature we encountered delighted, and we get the idea there is plenty of extra scope for future expansion. On this occasion, a sequel is something we'd happily accommodate, as Horizon Zero Dawn is, quite simply, the most stunning-looking game on PlayStation 4. Capcom vote for Resident Evil 7. Biohazard. Read the full review. Resident Evil 7 feels like a really decent horror movie that places you at its controls. It's undeniably terrifying. The first-person approach feels fresh, while its homage to the earlier and decent Resi games is a nod to how good the game can be. If you're a horror aficionado who craves shocks, then you will love Resident Evil 7, particularly in VR. And if you're a fan of the early Resident Evil games and Revelations, you'll also love it. Resident Evil 7 is scarily good and a return to form which should have been triggered years ago. Nintendo vote for The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Read the full review. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild has been crafted with so much love, care and attention that you feel just as involved when playing. The sandbox you are given to play in is enormous, and the game will eat time like a Sutton United goalkeeper eats pies. It is clearly one of the best games of the year, likely to be the best game of 2017 even by the end of December, and is a fine start for a games console that certainly needed one. It's an old cliché that each console generation starts with a game that sells the hardware on its own. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is such a game, however. Sony Naughty Dog vote for Uncharted The Lost Legacy. Read the full review. Even though it's not as full a game as previous Uncharted outings, The Lost Legacy is yet another excellent example why developer Naughty Dog is so highly regarded. It doesn't have as many cutscenes as other games from the studio, The Last of Us included, yet it still tells a seamless, engaging story. At £25, Uncharted The Lost Legacy is a no-brainer. It might offer a short single-player experience, but there's plenty of coup and multiplayer play to keep you entertained going forward. Ubisoft vote for Watch Dogs 2. Read the full review. Watch Dogs 2 is a calculated departure from the original game. It's brighter, zanier, broader-reaching and more focused on fun without the hype to drag it down this time around. Sometimes it feels like it tries too hard with the mishmash of characters, the little leverage the huge web of hackable subjects brings, the hangover of mechanics from the original game that a brighter coat of paint can't always cover. If you love the original Watch Dogs though, the sequel dons psychedelic shades and ups its game. Voting in the 14th annual Pocketlint Awards is now open, so you can let us know which one of the great games above you think should win the Best Game Award for this year, and give us your verdict on all, or some, of the other tech across the 17 categories. Winners will be announced at the exclusive event in London on the 14th of November in association with Voting closes on the 3rd of November.